Customers do face a lot of different types of loss circulation. Some of them are manageable, some of them are not. The biggest part is what section of the wellbore are you encountering losses, and what's the nature of the rock they're drilling. So one customer will face different challenges across the world depending on the geology they're dealing with. The other piece would be at what section of the wellbore. So people think that, shallow sections of the wellbore are easy to deal with. In reality, they're not. You have a lot of environmental consideration there, like aquifers, a water table, and what you can contaminate the environment with. So you try to manage these to the best way possible until you get deeper in the wellbore. The challenges then change completely to become more about depletion. And the idea is you've already probably drilled and produced those intermediate sections if they had like any kind of hydrocarbons, and now you're trying to get to something deeper. Well, to get to something deeper, you have to navigate a very narrow window of pressures and losses and so on to get to the new reservoir. So it's really different sets of challenges depending on which area you're drilling in and what section of the wellbore and how depleted that field is compared to like a new exploration field. Our clients face many challenges in loss circulation. Most of them are going to be around depleted zone drilling, which have to do with how narrow the pressure is to get to the deeper sections of the reservoir, as well as the fractured carbonate type rocks are probably the biggest challenge right now, because the bigger the fracture is, more difficult it is to manage it compared to something that you can treat and cure quickly. So the idea is about anticipation with relation to loss circulation. You want to be able to anticipate when the problem will happen and be ready for it. You cannot wait until losses happen. I mean, there is a lot of science and logistics involved. So you want to make sure that you do your due diligence on the science and part of it in the lab and the testing and the design of a solution by anticipating what kind of challenge are you going to face from the many that could take place or lead to losses. And the other piece of it is logistics. I mean, you could be in the middle of anywhere in the world and you want a product that comes from one part of the world to the other, and that adds like a logistical challenge there. So part of it is given enough time to develop the right solution that's customized for the challenge you're dealing with, and the other part of it is delivering the product to the rig site. So the Newpark service advantage for when it comes to loss circulation, it touches a lot of the different pieces of delivering the correct and the appropriate and the most practical solution in the field. When it comes to solving loss circulation, you're going to have the technical answer, which may not always be feasible in the field. It may be very complex. You're going to have the practical answer that delivers the right solution to the field and provides the most effective result or outcome. When we try to design a solution, or when we design a solution for loss circulation, we're looking for something that's practical, something that's easy to deploy. So it really touches on the agility piece, and we can collect as much data before we start on the design of the solution and the deployment, which goes to the idea of, again, offset well analysis, leveraging our digital tools, and being able to anticipate losses before they happen.